like they're everywhere you turn. Every single day they invade the headlines. Another half-wit criminal with a half-baked scheme. Another social media simpleton going viral. Another Florida man stretching the bounds of stupidity. Or another pack of SJWs throwing a temper tantrum. And that's not even the worst of it. From the empty talking heads on the cable news channels, to the humorless hacks in Hollywood, to the pea-brain politicians pulling the puppet strings, everywhere you look, there's another idiot telling you how to live your life.
Like, people should be able to, like, eat what they want, do what they want.
Absolutely not.
I mean, it's not like he's going out there in his campaign ads like, Joe Biden is a reptile man.
He keeps the streets of Gotham City much safer than Commissioner Gordon, but he doesn't wear a badge because Batman doesn't have to follow any rules.
You know, all the kids started ganging up on him and calling him a little googly-eyed, pitchy-pants jelly boy.
Oh, I say the N-word all the time now. You know, I just go out on the strip and I scream it.
You say a succubus?
Whoa, Reverend!
A succubus? You don't know what a succubus is. You mean like you're talking like Cardi? Like Cardi B? I heard she got that wop.
Well, Jay and Anisa have had enough. Armed with clever satire, madcap humor, and the craziest cast of characters in podcasting, they're lining up and taking aim at the world of stupidity every single week. Because it is time to go to war. The War on Morons.
It is Tuesday, December 1st, 2020, and this is episode 57 of The War on Morons. I'm Jay.
And I'm Anisa, and this is the only show online where we speak truth to stupidity every single week.
Yeah, at least it normally is. Like, I don't know what the hell last week's show was about.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I mean, that'll happen when you let Dr. Larry, of all people, guest host the damn show. I mean, talk about a train wreck. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with that guy.
Look, first of all, I just want to say, I disavow Dr. Larry.
Seconded.
I wash my hands of the last episode. What was it, episode 56? Nothing to do with it. We had absolutely nothing to do with it. That's all on Dr. Larry. Forget about him.
To be fair, it was pretty funny, though. I mean, you know.
It was funny. Anyway, we've got a great post-Thanksgiving edition lined up for you this week. It's actually coming to you from location. We're here in beautiful Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yes.
And we'll get right to the headlines. But first, we want to make sure that we remind you the first place to find the show each week is on Tuesday, right here on Hamin Media Group.podbean.com.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys haven't already subscribed to HMG on Podbean and YouTube yet, you're definitely going to want to make the jump here soon because you're not going to find us on the original War on More channels pretty soon here. So definitely subscribe to Hamin Media Group. And in between episodes, go ahead and check out our social media for some good old-fashioned memes, news, and updates.
Yep. So give us a follow on Twitter. We're there at On Morons. We're on Parler. We're on MeWe. We're on Rumble. We're still over on YouTube. We're still over on Facebook, even though they don't like us. But you can find us there at War on Morons.
Exactly. For now.
Yeah.
And finally, if you want to be a part of the show, like so many people are each week, go ahead and hit us up on our call-in line. Don't be shy. God knows the people who call in aren't, so feel free to call us at any time. The number is 813-906-9099.
Yeah, you don't have to be a lunatic to call in. I don't know where people got the idea that you have to be. I mean, maybe it helps. I don't know, but we'd be happy to talk to you too.
Exactly. Now let's get into this week's top morons.
All right, so I'll start things off. In fact, let's start things off with professional propaganda pusher and the world's most inappropriately smug lesbian.
I know where this is going.
Rachel Maddow.
There it is.
Yeah, who went on her MSNBC show last week and said that people who contest election results should go to jail.
Wow. Last I checked, we were still living in America. I mean, I know it's not
Give
going
him a
that
couple
way,
months.
but I gotta say though, I mean, Rachel Maddow saying that is pretty rich,
Right?
Rich. I mean, did she follow that up with turning herself in? Because has she even stopped contesting the 2016 election as of, I don't know, today?
I mean, if it weren't for contesting the 2016 election, like MSNBC, like they wouldn't even exist. Like they'd have to air lockup reruns 24/7. Like honestly, for one, that would be a lot more entertaining than any of the shit that they have on now. But that would be really fitting, considering how they actually want us to live these days.
Yeah, it's like a how-to guide in today's time.
Right.
I mean, can you imagine how the people on MSNBC are going to react if Trump actually manages to pull this one off?
You know, that's actually, like, more than any other reason. Like, forget about, like, tax policy. Who gives a shit? Foreign policy. Like, I'm too old to go to war anyway. Like, I want him to pull this off just so I can turn on CNN and MSNBC and Fox, frankly, and watch people's heads explode. Like, I'm going to be watching a lot of those channels if he pulls it off. And frankly, just for the show prep. Just for the show prep.
Just for the content. Well, speaking of deep-rooted hatred for the president, the Boston Globe actually just published a pretty bizarre examination of anti-Trump psychosis that's following the media's call of the 2020 race for the Biden camp. Apparently what's been going on is Boston area liberals have been flocking to grave sites. They've actually been speaking to deceased relatives somehow, sending text messages, even social media messages to dead loved ones, all to share their joy about the man they hate losing the re-election.
I mean, are you sure they weren't just thanking them for their votes? Like, yeah, thanks, Grandpa. I wrote your name on a ballot or two.
That could be the case, too.
Or maybe going down there to collect it. Like, they were out there doing some ballot canvassing for the runoff down in Georgia. Like,
in Boston, that might be far-fetched, but hey, in Georgia, they'll count it.
Or, you know what? Like, honestly, this is Trump working another miracle. I mean, he's found a way to get Boston liberals to find religion. Like, they're actually talking to the dead now, just to say, hey, guess what, Grandpa? Hey, guess what? We can go fucking piss on Trump's proverbial grave.
Oh, my God.
Maybe I shouldn't say that this loud in the graveyard.
I mean, according to the article, this is all part of a new modern theory of grieving in psychiatry. It's actually called continuing bond theory, which really just begs the question of what will the anti-Trump crowd have to live for? Since, obviously, their hatred of the guy is the only thing that's sustaining them. Like, if your only living connection to your dead relative is your hatred of Trump, and Trump goes away, Trump retires, what do you have left?
See, I thought continuing Bond theory was like how it went from like Roger Moore to Pierce Brosnan and like Sean Connery.
Wow.
Like how does Bond keep going and like regenerate like a fucking Time Lord?
I heard he's going to be a woman now.
He's gonna be a black chick now.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it's a little bit of an aside. But I mean, what is even the point of a modern day liberal without Trump?
Seriously.
I mean, do you really think they're going to be able to get their rage boner up for, like, Mike Pence?
Not even.
Like, can you imagine? like, oh, yeah, fuck that guy. You know, he goes to dinner with his wife.
He didn't even interrupt Kamala Harris. Like, they can't...
He had a fly on his head, that motherfucker. I mean, the left without Trump as a foil, I mean, they're going to be about as good as... all right, here we go. So, like, you know, maybe you won't get this one, but I'm sure that there's people listening to our audience that are gonna get this, especially if you listen to, like, the NFL. You know how shitty the Disney Star Wars movies have been?
I've heard.
It's because Darth Vader's dead.
Hey, spoilers!
Spoilers.
Yeah.
You don't know... You know that movie came out in, like, 1983.
My comment still stands. You know I haven't seen it.
Well, okay, well, I guess there's no point in watching the Star Wars trilogy
I guess I don't have to now, so...
All right, sorry. Well, cover up your ears, everybody. You might want to skip this next couple seconds, but you won't believe it. But in Return of the Jedi, Darth Vader fucking dies. I can't believe it. This is getting way off. Anyway, back to weird leaps in logic and to liberals politicizing death. Florida Museum has raised controversy earlier this month by opening an exhibit about the death of George Floyd.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, it was a pretty big event this year.
Yeah, it was like a moment in history.
Yeah, I mean, say what you want about George Floyd, say what you want about, the Black Lives Matter movement. It was a pretty monumental thing that happened. It shaped a lot.
Yeah. All
right, well, here's the problem. This was at a Holocaust Memorial Museum.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I don't really know if it's fair to connect George Floyd to the millions of people who were, persecuted for their religion in a freaking genocide. I don't know if you can make that leap.
Yeah, you don't remember that scene from Diary of Anne Frank? When she was like a career criminal, she was high on meth and fentanyl. She overdosed while resisting arrest.
I mean, this is so disrespectful. I mean, considering how up in arms the people on the left get over cultural appropriation, you would really think that this would piss them off.
You'd think so, but this is like, they're cool with it. Apparently this is like the first thing that you see when you walk into this Holocaust Memorial Museum. You walk into the Holocaust Memorial Museum, which is supposed to be, memorializing the 6 million or the 12 million, however many people died in the horrific events of the 30s and 40s. And then there's George Floyd, Big Floyd, fentanyl addict. Like,
are we living in Bizarro world?
We are.
What the hell is this?
I mean, there's no better martyr to a leftist than a felonious crackhead who fought the cops. I mean,
who's to say that every Jewish person is a leftist?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you've seen how they vote, but I mean, they're like anything to hurt that orange Nazi who. Think about all the Nazi things he's done. Let's see. He moved the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem.
Nazi.
He brought peace to the Middle East. I mean, his chief of staff is... Wait a second. Trump's like the worst Nazi ever, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely doing a terrible job being a Nazi.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's actually just move on to an actual dictator here. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo.
Oh boy, what did he do this time?
Well, ironically, he's in the moron news this week for calling other people dictators. Specifically, New York state sheriffs who've publicly refused to enforce his tyrannical, unconstitutional, dictatorial restrictions on holiday gatherings in private residences.
I'm starting to sense a theme tonight. Like these guys, they're really tone deaf, aren't they?
Oh, they are the biggest hypocrites. And I feel like we cover Andrew Cuomo for it every single week.
I mean,
how has he not been driven out of the governor's mansion by now?
They want to run him. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the next Democrat nominee for president.
I just don't get it.
They love this guy. I mean, I have two eyes.
Our show?
He's a fucking moron. This could be called the Andrew Cuomo Show. Did you hear that he won the Emmy the other day?
What?
Yeah, he won an Emmy for, what did he win it for? I think it's funny because we just told him to start acting. I think we made a joke about him.
I can't imagine what kind of an Emmy he won. I'm racking my, you've blown my mind here.
Yeah.
You've blown my mind. I mean, you know what? I think I know. I think I got it. It all makes sense. I was a little afraid for a minute there, but I think I pieced it all together. I got it. Best nipple rings in a press conference. Right? That's it. That's the only thing it could have been, right? Couldn't have been anything else.
I think that would have been better than what they actually gave it to him for.
No shit.
It was something about his COVID-19 briefings.
You can get an Emmy for that?
Well, apparently you can get an Emmy for killing tens of thousands of people with shitty, inadequate, care in nursing homes.
When I'm sitting in a nursing home one day, hopefully not too soon.
And hopefully not in New York.
Hopefully not in New York. I mean, I know that the only thing that will bring me comfort is seeing the guy who put me there cheesing for the cameras every day and then watching him win a daytime Emmy for it.
Yeah.
That'll just be really, that'll warm my heart a little bit.
Next to some COVID patients.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
But, yeah. Anyway, moving on. I've got another governor on the list.
Oh, boy.
In fact, speaking of another Gestapo governor, we've got, and somehow I don't think we've ever talked about this mouthy mouth moron, but Oregon's Kate Brown.
Yeah, I haven't heard that name.
Yeah, well, she's used Thanksgiving. I don't know if you've seen her executive order. This is unbelievable. So she just issued a Thanksgiving executive order. It includes a universal mask mandate.
Universal? What, like if I go to Mars, I have to wear a mask?
Well, if you have to do pretty much anything except for sleeping. She graciously allows people not to wear a mask when they're eating or drinking, but you better have it on any other time. Maybe you can have it off if you're in your own home, but if you have anybody else in your house, you better put that sucker back on. Sure. Maybe you can have it off if you're in your car, but it's not really all that clear. Like, pretty strict mask mandate. A pretty strict limit on church, retail. You can't have sit-down restaurant seating. Only takeout. Complete closure of things like gyms, gardens, museums, sports venues, all entertainment. Things that people could actually use.
Gardens, I just don't get.
Oh, yeah, because
I don't get any of this, but gardens I really don't get.
You certainly don't want, exercise or to be in the outdoors at a time like this.
Well, gyms are a disgusting place, let's be honest. I mean, the health benefits fine, but they are grimy and gross.
Yeah, but the biggest thing about her executive order was that it limits household gatherings to 6 people from no more than 2 separate homes, and it punishes violators with a $1,250 fine, jail time, or both.
Okay, now first of all, if somebody purchased their own home, pays taxes on their home, insures their home, she can still somehow tell them, like, what do they have to do?
What kind of country do you think this is?
How do you measure that?
You think we have the right to private property?
Yeah, I do.
No.
That's kind of like the expectation.
Not in Oregon.
Wow.
No, the best part, though, I mean, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
But if that's not bad enough, she actually made a point. She went and she made this address to the state of Oregon to urge the citizens of the state to call the police on their neighbors if they notice any extra cars in the driveway Thanksgiving.
If you notice your neighbors getting extra bread rations, call this hotline. If you suspect that they've put up a secret wall in their home where they're hiding people, undesirables, more than 6 people, you've got them under the floorboards. Like, I mean, what are they going to do next?
I mean, I don't know what, I think they're just, like, making crazy shit up and seeing what they can get away with, honestly. And remember, this is the state that just decriminalized all drugs. So you can't have anybody over at your home on Thanksgiving to enjoy Thanksgiving meal. You can't have any turkey with your family. But if you want to shoot some heroin into your neck, knock yourself out.
The worst part is, and the scariest part to me, and this is just the insanity of it, is like, people are signing off on this. Like, I can't believe how many people actually go along with it, and they're just like, yep, sounds good.
Yeah, I'm scared of a cold. And Oregon's got, like, one of the lowest infection rates, or who knows what the fucking infection rate is. They got one of the lowest death rates of any state. Probably because everybody's dying from fucking heroin overdoses instead. Fentanyl. But
nothing truly evokes the spirit of Thanksgiving like a good old-fashioned heroin overdose and snitching on your neighbors for sharing a meal with their loved ones.
Yeah.
That'll just warm the cockles of your heart, won't it?
If Kate Brown had been at Plymouth Rock, America would still belong to the Indians.
And to be fair, I mean, the Pilgrims were actually carrying diseases.
And she would have kept it out. She would have been like, look, we've already got way more than 6 people here. You got to turn those boats around.
Nobody's wearing face coverings. They're going to catch smallpox. It's not going to be a good situation.
Yeah, I mean, there's a time and a place for everyone. Kate Brown's is not in 2020. It's 1620. And it's not in fucking Salem, Oregon. It's in Salem, Massachusetts. Go back in time, you bitch.
Okay, let's just leave off there with that one and move on to some other holiday humbuggery in the name of COVID. Now, Thanksgiving and Christmas may be canceled this year, and that's sad. But guess what holiday is still on the menu this winter?
It's easy, Hanukkah.
Oh, don't, do not.
All right. Kwanzaa, in honor of noted Holocaust survivor George Floyd.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised, but actually, shockingly, no. Get this, it's Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras, yeah, of course, Mardi Gras. I mean, the city of New Orleans has announced that Mardi Gras is different because it's a religious holiday.
Mardi Gras is a religion. I mean, I know it's a... But what? Like...
You know, Christmas is not a religious holiday, but Mardi Gras... religious holiday.
Yeah, like when I think of a religious holiday, you know, I think, let's see, day drinking, public urination, flashing your tits for plastic beads. I mean, it makes perfect sense to me.
That's what all families gather and do, right? You know, it sounds a lot like those Biden victory celebrations from a couple weeks ago, to be honest.
You know, those are fine.
If it at all resembles a Black Lives Matter rally, it's totally allowed. If Christmas was all about burning random people's businesses to the ground, it would be totally fine.
You know, I'm surprised they don't come up with a new holiday. I would love to see.
Yeah, I would honestly love to see Festivus finally be brought into the spotlight. These people have a lot of grievances.
Yeah, I was about to say, I've got a whole shitload of grievances this year.
Everybody has some airing of their grievances to do.
Maybe on our way back from Knoxville down to Florida, we can stop by CNN and in Atlanta. I can
put up the Festivus poll. I think that's a good idea.
Right on time before we get in trouble, we're getting a call.
Oh boy! All right.
All right. 917 area code. You want this one?
Yeah, I'll take it. 917 area code. You are on with the War On Morons. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, this is the Saltwater Berserker. Cut your service reporting for Black Friday duty.
Oh God, Black Friday. What are you?
Friday duty. Good time. We're gonna crack a lot of heads tonight, Danny. I tell you what.
Really? I mean, what are you, just mad at people for having left their houses at all? I mean, based on your track.
Come on. No, it's Black Friday. It's the biggest day of the year. We're the Danny Good guys. We got operations going on all over the country. I'm so excited. I'm down here in Florida now. I mean, in New York, I mean, it would be a whole different story. You know, with the brand here, we wouldn't let anybody out. Cuomo was not letting anybody out. But down here in Florida, everybody's out for Black Friday. They're trying to buy everything. So we're having a great time. I'm probably going to kill somebody tonight.
Jesus, that's not a good thing.
Oh, no, it's wonderful because I'm helping. I'm saving lives. I'm stopping the spread. And I'm showing the power of the good guys.
Oh my God. You know, you guys are absolutely insane. Did you say there's people all over the country doing this?
Oh, yeah, we've got our operations going, you know. He's sitting in Boston. He's up there in Pittsburgh. He's calling the shots. The Motor City Media doing stuff in Michigan or wherever he's at right now. Of course, we got our team on the West Coast. But I've been down here in Florida for a few months now. It's awesome. I've actually recruited. I've got my own recruits now. I've got my own, I guess you could call them my minions. And they're cutting their teeth tonight. Black Friday, the biggest day of the year. I've got them here with me now on Black Friday.
Okay, we're going to get to your recruit in a minute, because that's terrifying. But I have to say, it does sound like you and the gang of good guys have basically been carrying out a nationwide pre-planned attack on holiday shoppers. I mean, that's almost terrorism.
No, we're not attacking anybody. You don't understand. So our number one mission, our first directive is to prevent the spread So we gotta take them out. We gotta keep them apart. We gotta spray them down if we have to, and we gotta keep everybody safe. So this is it's a very important mission.
Okay, well, misguided as that sounds, fine. I mean, I guess in this day and age...
lives. I might be saving your life. I mean, it's bad enough that people had Thanksgiving yesterday. I mean, did you people eat Thanksgiving yesterday?
Yeah, we ate Thanksgiving.
There you go. You probably caught the coronavirus from the turkey. And now you're going to go to Black Friday and you're going to cough on somebody. You're going to spread it to the thousands of people at the Big Buy. Or maybe at the Big Sporting Goods or the Super Target or whatnot.
You know what, Berserker, I got so distracted by your absolute insanity. I have to tell you, you're really blowing our cover right now.
What are you talking about?
Well...
Blowing your cover because you got the coronavirus. You don't want anybody to know.
No. Nobody has the coronavirus. We're supposed to be doing the show live, but we're gonna be driving the day that we normally record the show. So, or normally do the show. So...
What do you mean?
Well, we're pre-recording the show. People aren't supposed to know it's Black Friday.
I wondered how come you guys picked up when I called.
Whatever.
You guys don't normally pick up if I call on a Friday.
Well, normally we don't pick up when you call for a different reason.
Oh, so I'm not on the air right now?
Well, you're probably going to make it on the air. You're threatening to kill people and talking about a nationwide plan to attack holiday shoppers.
We're going to be on the radio, but we're not going to be on quite yet. But it's still going to be cool. You want to be on the radio? Tell them who you are. You want to meet my minions? They're working for me. They're working for me. You want to hear them?
Yeah, I definitely want to know who they are. Give us your full legal name.
All right, first up, he's coming from Miami, Florida. He's standing there. Let's say about 5'9", 220 pounds. He's got a 9mm in his waistband.
Jesus.
They call him the Miami Marauder. And to his left, he's weighing about 300 pounds. His name, it doesn't matter what his name is. He's coming from Fort Lauderdale. They call him the South Florida Psychopath.
How many of them are there?
Hold on, I got a few more. And then we got the Pembroke Pines. What? Pembroke Pines,
What?
yeah, but I look over the head. What kind of weapon do you have on your feet? I just, I got some mace. You just got some mace? How you gonna... I mean, we're trying to do some serious service here. It's Black Friday. And you just got some mace? What are you gonna do? Spray somebody's eye? Spray somebody's in the eye with the mace? Pete, get out of here. Fuck you, Pete. You're not tough enough. Hey, you dead motherfucker.
Jesus, what's going on?
Hold on, I'm trying to keep my minions alive here.
Could you stop calling them minions?
No, you go back to Pembroke and don't come back until you at least get a knife or a sword or something. You piece of shit. Anyway, we're here at the Sawgrass Mall. We're about to open the doors for the Black Friday, so we gotta get ready to crack some skulls. Nice chat with you. Sorry for blowing your cover or whatever, but remember, stay in your house or we're gonna fucking get you.
Oh my god, whatever, dude.
I am so glad we are not in Florida right now.
I'm glad we're not at that mall right now.
Well, the further away from him, the better. That's my whole philosophy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I just need a break. I mean, I need a break at this point.
We're not even halfway through the show.
Yeah, but we just talked to the freaking South Florida or whatever, wherever he is now, Berserker.
He is Berserk.
Yeah. Anyway, I got a commercial. This is actually a great one. I'm pretty excited for this one.
Yeah, this one I'm actually excited for, too. It's pretty festive.
All right, we'll be back.
This holiday season, join us for a holiday spectacular, reminiscent of those heartwarming Christmas specials that you all loved when you still believed in Santa Claus, and when he still believed in you. So on Tuesday, December 22nd, gather your family around the radio and treat your ears to a Christmas time variety show as the War On Morons presents Dirk Shokker's Rockin' Shockin' Christmas Special! That's right, bro! It's the real fucking battle! Come back to her, straight from the North Pole of Hollywood! Starring me, Dirk Shokker from Shokker, performing all my most metal hits for my brand new holiday album, like Ho Ho Ho's, Yuletide Homicide, F*** You Santa, Too Many Bells, and I Wanna Get High for Christmas! Also featuring LueEllen's Cage Kids Christmas Choir, Holiday Ghost Stories with the Spectre Inspector Squad, a Krampus summoning ritual with Professor Canterbury and Reverend Jeremiah, the Liberal Show's anti-Christmas protest, and celebrity sing-alongs with all of Dirk's most heaviest friends. There's never been a Christmas special quite like this, America, so don't miss out. Tune in this December exclusively on the War On Morons at HaminMediaGroup.podbean.com.
I am so excited about that. That's going to be a great Christmas special. It's about time we did one.
Yeah, and I mean, Dirk Shokker, I mean, he's been talking about making that comeback. I mean,
I don't know about him exactly, but I'm excited about the special.
He can't mess it up. I mean, he's performed before large crowds before. You think he can't handle a little holiday special? I mean,
isn't he known for a song called Too Many Pills?
Too Many Pills? And now I hear he's going to switch it around. It's going to be Too Many Bells.
Okay, all right.
I trust Dirk.
We'll see.
I think he can handle this. I hope he can. Anyway, at this point in the show, we usually play a game called Florida or the Field, where we take some of the craziest stories from across the world and challenge ourselves to guess whether they took place in Florida or literally anywhere else. And they've gotten off the hook the last couple weeks because we did that red state or blue state a couple weeks ago, and then of course last week we had that crazy Dr. Larry filling in.
Dr. Larry.
So
I mean, it looks like they're off the hook again, honestly, in Florida.
Hey, why's that?
Well, why is that? We're literally using the same computer right now. How the hell are we going to play the game? You'll see all my answers.
You know what? I didn't really think this through, did I?
No.
I was looking forward to it.
I know. I have a lot of good stories in the stack.
Okay, you know what? Honestly, I think Florida doesn't deserve to be off the hook. You know what I think we should do is I think we should just go after Florida.
Let's just do a segment.
Let's just do a segment about how much Florida man is fucking up lately because, yeah.
It's been a good couple weeks of them marinating in their own Florida juices, and you know, I like it.
Yeah, I've got some good ones myself. So, in fact, I can start it out.
All right.
So, here we go. So, I normally hide where it is, but I'm just going to let you know. All right, okay. So a Polk County man was arrested last week for a number of charges, including burglary, grand theft auto, tampering with evidence, and multiple counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
What?
Yeah, he took an 8-year-old boy along with him on a crime spree.
Oh.
Yeah, in his defense, I guess. Yeah, in his defense, the burglarizing babysitter said he did it for a good reason.
Oh, well, I'd love to hear this.
Well, he said it was to toughen the boy up so he wouldn't be soft.
Oh, well, okay. I mean, what is this, an episode of Trailer Park Boys? I mean, where did this child even come from?
I don't know. I was really curious, honestly, because it's not his kid.
It's not. Who is this? Is he a kidnapper? He wasn't charged with kidnapping.
No, it did say in the article the police returned the kid to his relatives when they took the criminal into custody. But I mean, who says a sidekick has to be related to you? It's not like Batman's Robin's, dad.
He also isn't a real person, and even if he was, I don't know that he'd be swooping around Polk County, breaking into houses and stealing cars.
You don't think Batman would be?
No, I really don't.
I mean,
he's a billionaire. Why would he need to commit crimes?
I don't know, but we just talked to the South Florida Berserker, and he thinks he's Batman, and he does that shit all the time.
Yeah, he's a lunatic.
Look, I'm not saying this was the right way to go about things, but, I mean, he is right about one thing.
What's that?
Kids these days are too soft. So
okay, before we divulge into an episode of the Trailer Park Boys here, let's just move on. Speaking of auto theft, an Orlando man was arrested early Wednesday morning for breaking into a number of cars and stealing cash, credit, and personal identification cards. Normally this wouldn't be news. I mean, happens all the time,
especially in Orlando.
Now, where it gets interesting is the man did use one of those cards to actually order a Lyft as a getaway ride. Now, anybody who's used Lyft may know that it doesn't just happen immediately. You have to wait for the driver to get to you.
It's not instantaneous. It's not like Scotty beaming you up.
No, you don't just get beamed up, which is unfortunate for him because the car alarms that he set off gave him away, and he was detained before his chariot could arrive.
That's gonna happen when you just sit around waiting on these rideshare apps, man. Like, next time, because I'm sure there's gonna be a next time.
Oh, there's gonna be a next time. He might switch to Uber if he's smart.
Well, that's what I was thinking. So next time, maybe he'll switch to... No, next time, if you're breaking into cars, buddy, you might as well just get some follow-through and steal the damn thing.
I don't think that's what we want to be telling people.
Look, if you're gonna break into them, you might as well get your money's worth. If this guy had been hanging out with the dude in the last story, he wouldn't be so soft.
Oh my God.
Anyway, staying in Orlando, we're going to go to Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park, where a visitor was charged. I can't even get this one out. It's so funny to me. All right, so a guy went to Animal Kingdom, and he got charged with battery after attacking a security guard in a drug-induced rage.
Imagine you're that security guard. This is like the last thing that happens to you before Disney World lays off 30,000 people. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but it's kind of funny.
I mean, you'd think that would be a cushy job, It's Disney World. They got great security. They check out. I mean, who the hell goes to Disney World? Well, this guy, apparently. I'm just going to describe him.
Wait, this wasn't just like an incident. This was like a pre-planned attack? Is that what you're saying?
Witnesses described the dopey tourist as bloody.
Bloody?
Sweating profusely.
Jesus.
Non-responsive to commands, in a state of excited delirium and unexpected strength.
Wow. Sounds like drugs.
And he admitted that he'd taken LSD and decided to try to kill someone.
Okay, Charles Manson. Okay. I mean, that's not really what you're supposed to do when you go to Disney World. Okay, it's the happiest place on earth.
Well, you don't go there to drop acid and murder people?
No, you're not supposed to.
I mean, I thought those two things made you happy.
I mean, maybe if you ride It's a Small World after all, one too many times. But short of that, no.
I mean, I would have gotten this if it was like one of the people. I mean, I wouldn't have understood it, but I would have gotten it if it was somebody in one of the character costumes. Kind
of like a Going Postal situation.
Well, I mean, like if you saw Ursula or Jafar or something walking around, like they did some nasty shit in some of those cartoons.
And if you're high on drugs, you might feel like it really happened.
You're right. Like, I'm gonna get revenge for what you did to the Little Mermaid, you son of a bitch.
Wow.
But this is a security guard. He's just trying to do his job, buddy.
I don't know. That's wild. That's pretty wild. But you know what else is wild? Morons getting mauled by jungle cats.
All right.
Which is exactly what we have in our next story. Now, this one happened down in Davie, where some guy paid $150 for a full contact experience with a black leopard at an animal sanctuary.
You know, that sounds vaguely sexual. I'm wondering if he deserved to get mauled.
Look, all that the full contact experience was supposed to include, and I'm just going to quote the article here because it is ridiculous, it was supposed to include playing with it, taking pictures with it, and rubbing its belly.
You know, and this is what is it again? It's a leopard?
Yeah, it's a black leopard.
A jungle cat.
Yeah.
Some people really, really, really shouldn't have watched fucking Tiger King.
Yeah, honestly, I'm starting to think Carol Baskin may have had a bit of a point.
Yeah. Like, some people just aren't psychologically ready to watch that shit.
No.
You know?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh, look, we're getting a call.
Of course we are.
I hope it's not PETA.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay.
All right, 720 area code. You are on the air with the War on Morons. Go ahead and say your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, this is SueEllen calling from Aurora, Colorado. And,
Wait, LueEllen?
no, SueEllen.
SueEllen?
Can't you hear?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm confused. I thought your name was LueEllen.
Well, my sister's name is LueEllen, and that's where I got the idea to call your show. Apparently, she listens to it, so I have a message for her, and I wanted to give you a call and share with you and the listeners exactly what the hell she's been up to ruining my family's Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, this should be good. Okay. Yeah, I think I think that I might have an idea what's going to be happening here, SueEllen. So go ahead and tell us what's going on.
Oh, Lord, you just have no idea what I've been through the past day or two. Oh, my gosh. So, you know me. I mean, well, you know my sister, rather, LueEllen. She's a bit of a spitfire in our family, but, you know, we always give her grace and we show her love because she is family after all. But I told her, I said, this year I cannot host Thanksgiving. I know it would normally be my year. I get the even years. She gets the odd years. I think you can understand why. So I get the even years. I said, I know it's my year, but I can't do it because, you know, this coronavirus is going on. You know, we can't have visitors over. We're quarantined and we're on lockdown. We're social distancing. You know, we're washing our hands. We're wearing our masks and, you know, we're trying to stay safe. And so I told her, you know, there's a pandemic going on. I can't host Thanksgiving. You just have to have it at your own house. Okay.
Yeah,
now,
believe it or not, she actually called and she told us that she was going to your house. You're the one that lives in Colorado, right?
Yes, and oh my gosh, she did not tell me. I'm so glad that she had the gall to tell all y'all at the War On Morons about her plans, but she did not tell me or my family that she was showing up on our doorstep against my wishes and the governor's orders. She showed up. My God, she had a caravan with her. She showed up, knocks on my door in the middle of Thanksgiving dinner. And I go to the door, and I'm like, who is it? And she's like, it's LueEllen. And I'm like, LueEllen, what the hell are you doing here? And she says, now don't give me none of that bullshit. You know, great-grandma May always said, we should never turn away family. She made us promise on her deathbed that we would never turn away family. So you just open up that door. I can smell whatever it is you cooked in there. You just let us in because we drove a long way from Texas. Now, I swear, she always throws that card in my face. Our great-grandma May or whatever, God rest her soul, made us promise not to turn away family. So I said a prayer and I went against my better judgment. I said, all right, LueEllen, I will let you in, but you have to use hand sanitizer. You have to wash your hands. You have to stay 6 feet away and you have to wear your mask. And she said she would.
Did she?
No, of course not. Of course not. Her and her family stampeded my house. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, they rushed in. I mean, normally it's just her and her husband and 2 kids. But this year, I don't know what she's got going on. She showed up with what she called her foster children. And there was like 16 of these children that she got from the Mexican border. It sounded, I mean, to be honest, it sounded pretty dubious, but anything is better than what they have at the border for these children. So I was on board with that. This is the first wacky scheme of my sister's that I've ever thought was actually a good idea. So we let them all in, all 22 of them or what have you. And, yeah, I mean, I didn't even bake enough nut loaves for these folks. I mean, you know, my family's strictly vegan, and she knows this. She knows this. And every year it is a fight. It is a fight every year. And I did not buy enough wine to get me through a fight with my sister over my famous nut loaf. I did not. I was not prepared. But sure enough, her and her clan storm into my house and immediately smells the nut loaf. And most people would think it smells delicious. But my sister says it smells like anemia and diarrhea.
That's rude. That's terrible.
I mean, don't show up to my house uninvited asking for free dinner that I did not prepare for you and 18 other people and then insult my food. I mean, I don't know who raised her. I do, but I don't. You know what I mean?
I mean, I imagine you have the same parents.
Yeah, well, I don't know where she was for most of it because she is not the same. I mean, I just don't know. I don't know where she came from or where she gets it. But so she starts insulting my nut loaf, saying, "Oh, my children are not going to eat this nut loaf. You can feed it to the cage kids," which is such an insulting name to call her foster children. I mean, my God, I thought our president was offensive, but my sister, good Lord. So I said, don't call them that in my house. Call them by their names. They have names. She doesn't even know their names.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of them, to be fair. Did you say there's like 16?
People. They're people. They're children. They're not, they're not, like decorations. I don't know what. She says they can eat the nut loaf. I said, well, why can't your other kids eat the nut loaf then? She says, oh, no, they eat real food.
Okay, so how did the foster children enjoy the nut loaf?
Well, I don't know, because they never got around to eating it, because LueEllen took them all out into the backyard to show them the mountains, or at least that's what she said. But then all of a sudden I hear a gunshot and I get flashbacks because, a couple of years back, she actually shot our neighbor's beloved pet rescue goat. And I told her she better never step foot in my house again with a weapon because it was a goddamn travesty. I mean, we held a funeral in the neighborhood for this goat, and I was like, I was an outcast for many months in my own neighborhood after this incident. So I hear a gunshot, and immediately I'm having flashbacks. And I'm just thinking, oh, my God, what has she done? I told her never to come in this house with a gun again. I'm seeing red. Red. And I don't normally see red because I go blue. But I step outside, and all of a sudden, I don't see nothing. I'm like, that's weird. I definitely heard a gunshot. I grew up in Texas, so I know I heard a gunshot. So I said to my sister, what just happened? She goes, nothing. I said, what was that gunshot? She goes, I didn't hear a gunshot. I said, show me your gun. She goes, I didn't bring my gun. You told me never to bring my gun. I said, I know I'm not hallucinating. You show up and not 10 minutes later, I hear a gunshot in my backyard. I know that you shot something. She goes, I don't know what you're talking about. So then they all come inside and they start having some drinks, soda pop for the kids, whatever. eating some of my dinner rolls, but they're not touching the nut loaf. And I said, well, have some nut loaf. I mean, that's the dinner. That's the entree. That's the protein that you're going to get. So have some. It's my specialty. And they're all like, oh, no, no, thank you. We're fine. I noticed that there are a couple kids short. I mean, some of these, little foster children don't seem to be at the dinner table. Now, it took me a while to notice that because I didn't have enough chairs in the house for them. But I did eventually notice that like 5 or 6 of them were missing. So I'm like, wait, where did all your children go? And LueEllen's like, oh, I'm sure they're fine. They're just wandering around. Don't worry about it. I'm sure they're fine. And I'm like, no, I mean, we should find, I don't want them wandering the neighborhood, by themselves. I mean, they don't have documentation. I mean, what if, ICE or someone comes around? I mean, we're already in violation. I don't want them drawing attention to the fact that I have, 20-something people over at my house all of a sudden when we're supposed to be in lockdown. So I'm like, let's go find the children. And I'm rushing outside to go see where the heck they are, right?
Okay.
And my sister follows me. She follows like a maniac. She's on me like I've never seen anything. She's like, oh, SueEllen, don't you worry about it. They're just fine. They keep themselves occupied. I have them doing housework all the time. They did my roof, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, what the hell is she doing? I'm just trying to find these kids. They're her kids. Why am I trying to find her kids? She's trying to stop me from finding her kids. All of a sudden, I go out front to their vehicle, and I notice that they have like a livestock trailer hitched up to the back of their truck. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. So I said to her, what did you bring? Like livestock? Like, do you guys have livestock now? What the heck's going on? And she's like, no, we had to bring the kids up in something. I mean, they don't fit in the regular truck, so we just loaded them all up in there. Anyways, let's go back inside. I'm like, now, LueEllen, what are you saying? You mean to tell me that you put seats and seatbelts in the back of a livestock trailer and hauled people, and somehow that was street legal? She said, no, I mean, we just don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's fine. Go inside. You cook yourself a beautiful nut loaf. So everything's fine. Let's go enjoy that. Let's go eat that nut loaf. And that's when I knew right then and there that something was fishy, because she would have never said she was going to eat my nut. She called it delicious nut loaf. So I whipped the door to that livestock trailer open like you ain't never seen it. And I could not believe what I saw. It was a bloodbath.
A bloodbath?
Literally a bloodbath. These children, there was 5 or 6 of them. I mean, I respect their culture, but my God, they were butchering up this deer that LueEllen must have shot in my backyard. I mean, they were making quick work of it. They were halfway done skinning it by the time I found them. I'm just horrified. I mean, by this time, I'm screaming my head off. My kids are running outside. I can't let them see this. Yeah, they've never witnessed a murder before. I mean, I just can't believe that she would come to my house and shoot a deer in my backyard after everything that's happened, and then send her foster children from south of the border to go butcher it in a trailer in my front yard. I mean, the health and violations that she thrust upon my family that day they must be in the hundreds. I mean, I couldn't have my children exposed to this, nightmare scenario. So I had to kick them out. I mean, it was my last straw, and I think anybody would have done the same thing.
What do you mean? Wait, you kicked them out?
Yes, I kicked them out. I can't have my children seeing this. I mean, literally, it was like something out of a horror movie. I mean, it was a bloodbath.
I mean, I guess I can understand your objection there, but I mean, geez, where did they go? It's Thanksgiving Day.
Well, I mean, it's not like they don't have hotels. I mean, we're not in the middle of nowhere, Aurora, Colorado. They have hotels. But, my sister, of course, being the cheapskate that she is, she said, oh, nobody will take us in a room with, 20-something of us. And I said, well, that's damn right. You're going to have to get a couple of rooms or a suite or something. And she said, no, I can't do it. We have nowhere to go. You have to let us back in. I would not let them back in. I don't care that they have nowhere to go. That's not my problem. I didn't tell them to come, okay? So I said, screw Grandma May, screw the nutloaf, screw everything. Just get out of my house and go. Now, what did they do? Well, that's on them. But, I can't be blamed for the fact that they had to sleep in that trailer all night. I didn't tell them to do that.
You left them in a freezing trailer?
Well,
with a dead animal?
Well, I don't know. I'm sure LueEllen didn't sleep in the trailer. I'm sure she was up in the cab with her husband and her kids. I feel bad for those foster children, boy. I'm sure they were in the trailer for sure. But, I'm sure they had plenty to eat. They had whole venison, so.
Wow. I don't know, SueEllen. That sounds pretty cold-hearted of you.
Well, you know what's cold-hearted? Exposing your sister and her kids to the coronavirus. That's truly, they're spiking. They're spiking down in Dallas. They probably brought it up to me. So that's pretty cold-hearted if you ask me. If you ask me, that's pretty cold-hearted. You know what's really cold-hearted? LueEllen, she voted for Trump. That's really cold-hearted. I voted for Biden. I helped those kids. I got them out of the cages. That was me.
I'm sure they're thanking you. All right, SueEllen, thanks for calling in. That was a wonderful story. Have a good one.
Bye.
Well, those two.
I can't believe there's more than one of them.
I thought that was her.
I literally did.
Or are they like twins or something?
They're named LueEllen and SueEllen. If they're not twins, they better be twins. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my god. I don't know. I thought it was hilarious, but that was a crazy story.
Wild. Aren't you glad you're not related to LueEllen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or SueEllen.
Yeah.
Oh,
man. Well, if you think that last call was an example of a sibling squabble, a 23-year-old Indian man actually stabbed his younger brother to death because he exhausted his internet data last week.
All right, well, look, let's not be too quick to judge. This was in India, right?
Murder.
No. This was in India, and it was internet data.
Okay.
They need it.
Why?
Look, do you know how important it is for these people to be able to stalk strange women on the internet for pictures of bubs and vaginas? If he can't do that, there's no point living anymore.
And this is why you get the unlimited plan, ladies and gentlemen, right here.
Yeah, especially if you're a murderous Indian sex pervert.
Jeez.
Anyway, since we're talking about...
I don't know.
Anyway, since we're talking about sex criminals...
Oh, great. That's a great segue. This is going to be good.
I feel like I use that segue often, but I think that's... So anyway, a British Airways steward has been fined £800, placed on the sex offenders registry, and fired from the airline after getting caught using his cell phone to peer over the urinal stall to watch a man pee at Heathrow Airport.
Jesus, I bet that guy was pissed off.
Really?
Yeah. I bet he was.
I bet he was European. This is one of the worst fears a guy can have.
What? Somebody trying to watch you pee?
Well, yeah, but no, a male flight attendant.
Oh my god.
Who thought that was a good idea? I thought British Airways had it together.
Oh my god. Speaking of travelers who are having a bad time, an Indiana man has pled guilty to impersonating a law enforcement officer after he was busted for posing as a U.S. Marshal to get thousands of dollars in discounts at a Pigeon Forge hotel. I don't even know how you pull that off. Tennessee's been pretty affordable.
Yeah, he must have taken a lot of vacation. Wait, so he's posing as a U.S. Marshal?
Do they even get discounts? How did he even know that they get discounts? The good news here is that he did get to cash in at least 10 government employee discounts over the course of 5 years. So he was taking 2 vacations a year with this shit.
He must have really loved this place. He loved them so much he ripped them off every year. Like twice a year.
Twice a year. And he risked getting caught. I mean, eventually he did get caught. And the bad news is eventually they did get suspicious enough. I mean, you see somebody taking 2 vacations a year. They say they're a U.S. Marshal. They don't get that much time off, especially nowadays.
And they don't go to Pigeon Forge.
Right.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm a U.S. Marshal. I'm really busy chasing fugitives all over the world. But
I can take a week
I really
off
love
every
Dollywood.
day. I swear. And so they actually did get suspicious enough. They called the U.S. Marshal's office. And, now he's probably going to prison. So, it's not exactly a vacation, but it's 3 hots and a cot.
I mean, if you're going to impersonate a government official, like, why not pick something that's not... I mean... The U.S. Marshals is like the law enforcement agency. Like, they chase down everybody.
How much do you want to bet that this guy was like a neckbeard who weighed like 450 pounds and like was not in shape at all? And like when they noticed that he like got winded going upstairs, they were like, this guy may not actually be
right. He
is.
probably watched that Tommy Lee Jones movie too many times. If it was me, I'd be like, yeah, I'm the county clerk from Jefferson County.
I'm pretty sure that the Jefferson County clerk doesn't get a
I'm
nationwide
the
discount.
dog catcher.
Okay, I've never heard of a dog catcher discount.
I've never heard of a U.S. Marshal discount. I don't know. Anyway, speaking of discounts that don't exist, one Chinese teenager wanted the new iPhone, but didn't quite have the scratch to make it happen. Well,
sucks.
Yeah, well, it gets worse.
Oh, boy.
Seeing as Apple doesn't exactly run Black Friday specials, this young man took it upon himself to earn some cash.
Oh, well, that's good. I mean, you always want your kids to grow up and be enterprising. Oh, wait, he's on our show. Hold on. Don't tell me. Did he turn to a life of crime or something? I mean, what happened here?
Yeah, not quite that. I mean, he was more the victim of the crime. So he willingly sold his kidney on the black market.
Jesus. Holy shit.
So he could get an iPhone.
He willingly? Like, he just thought this up in his own mind? Like,
well, do you know how much your kidneys are worth?
An iPhone's only $800.
I mean, in China, you know how much organs are worth.
I mean...
He's probably had to harvest some before.
When you tell your teenage kid to go out and get a job, I just don't think this is really what his parents had in mind, to be honest.
Yeah, well, he's certainly going to be getting a job anytime soon, because the back alley surgery went, well, about as poorly as one might expect.
Oh, no, is he dead?
Well, he's not dead, but he's bedridden for life.
He's gonna need that iPhone then.
Yeah, he's got that sweet 5G.
Oh, jeez.
He's gonna be making TikTok videos from his bed forever.
How's he gonna do a TikTok video? He can't even do the dances. You gotta do the dances. I don't
know what the hell. I don't have TikTok on my phone. I don't want to be spied on by. Well, you got TikTok?
No. I just watch the videos.
Okay.
On Facebook.
Yeah.
So they're probably spying on me too.
We should make it TikTok.
We should make it TikTok.
How does it work?
I think they'd shadow ban us immediately. I don't think we'd get to figure out how it works.
China's good. We love China. Joe Biden's wonderful.
Actually, let's just hashtag all that stuff and see what happens. Now, the one thing that new iPhone will be good for is helping him pass the time. And, that's something that would have come in handy for a lot of folks who were waiting in line at the opening of the new In-N-Out Burger location in Aurora, Colorado.
Aurora, Colorado?
Yeah.
Isn't that where SueEllen was?
Yeah, it was actually.
If only LueEllen had gone to the In-N-Out instead of butchering that animal.
Things could have turned out so much differently. But, honestly, it wouldn't have made a difference if she had. Because the lines at that In-N-Out Burger were... Okay, let me just paint the picture. I mean, we've all been there. We pull into a drive-thru only to realize the line isn't moving. But there's already somebody behind you, so you're stuck, You sit there for 30 minutes waiting for a dang cheeseburger, right?
Right.
Well, LueEllen couldn't have just, pulled up and gotten her Happy Meals, unfortunately, because the line at this In-N-Out Burger location was 14 hours long.
14 hours long? So I mean, I know they're stupid out west. I know they're fucking stupid. But you people are literally sitting in line for 2 shifts.
You get there at 8 a.m. You don't leave till 10 p.m.
For a hamburger. And you see the person clock in to make your hamburger.
And
you
then
see them leave. You see somebody,
clock out.
and you're still there in line.
You're counting out the drawer. You're halfway done.
Your iPhone battery's dead by that point.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you could have eaten breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I bet they made a ton of money that day though, because if you've been starving for 14 hours, you're going to order the whole damn menu.
There's only like 3 things on the menu.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, I used to live out in California, and it's all right. It's overrated, and they have a long line. They all have a long line.
They're called In-N-Out.
I mean, you know how they are out there. They say one thing, they mean something else.
I mean, the name just connotes a certain sort of efficiency that it doesn't seem that they really possess.
Oh my god! But I mean, who would even wait that long? I mean, I don't. Are these the same people that wait? Like, they camp overnight for the fucking iPhone?
It seems that way, and, apparently there was a lot of them. But, I'll tell you, they weren't all happy campers about it, okay? There were quite a few fights that broke out, but the most noteworthy one was where a guy actually wound up losing his pants in the fight.
It was Randy Bobandy. It's coming full circle. All right, we're getting a call.
Thank God.
773 area code. I think that's Chicagoland somewhere.
Sounds good. I'll take this one. Hello, area code 773. You're on with the War On Morons. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah. Hey, this is Dave from Chicago. Are you guys really there?
Yeah. Hey, Dave.
I'm not. This is weird. I wasn't expecting to get you. I know. I thought I was gonna get the voicemail. It's Friday.
Yeah. Well, you caught us red-handed. We are pre-recording this episode on Black Friday because we're going to be driving back from vacation on the day that we normally host the show.
Oh my goodness. Well, hey, it's meant to be. It's meant to be. I'm glad that I called in. I got a story to tell you. You wouldn't believe what happened. I mean, well, I guess first of all, I got to tell you guys, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving yesterday.
Thank you.
But
you too.
Oh, I did not have a happy Thanksgiving.
Oh no! What happened?
It was terrible. It was the worst Thanksgiving I've ever had. I'm down here. I flew all the way down from Chicago to visit my brother down here in Miami, and it was. Hold on. Timmy, I don't know. I don't think you actually need this. I mean, it's a bubble gum. I mean, nobody needs a bubble gum.
I need it. 25. Give me.
Oh boy, this kid.
Are you babysitting?
We're here at the mall. I'm trying to get some of this Christmas shopping done. They got all these sales for the Black Friday, and I gotta watch my brother's kids. I gotta tell you, never have kids. Never have kids. I don't think I ever will. But all right, look here, Timmy. Here's a quarter. Have a gumball. Knock yourself out. Jesus.
Aww.
Yeah. I'm glad you do. We've been in the mall for 30 minutes. All he does is he begs me for money. He pressures me into things. He tugs on me. Oh my God. It's too much. It's too much. I never, but I said I'd bring him to the mall so he could get presents for the family. He doesn't care about presents for the family. He just cares about running around causing oh, there he goes again. There he goes. Hot chocolate. Wait, nobody needs hot chocolate. It's 80 degrees we're in fucking Miami. You don't need a hot chocolate. You need a cold chocolate. What?
I don't think you should be throwing around the F-bomb in front of your nephew. He sounds pretty young.
It's not the first time he's heard it today. Trust me.
I need a hot chocolate. It's Christmas.
It's not Christmas. It's not even December yet. You little.
I need it.
Look, they don't even have hot chocolate here. I'll get you the Starbucks coffee. I'll get you a coffee. You want a coffee?
I need a hot chocolate.
I'll get you the mocha chocolate coffee.
Okay. It's $4.99 only.
I don't even know how much it costs.
Only.
Favorite word, only. Here's $5. $5. Go Starbucks over there. Right over there. Uncle Dave's on the phone with the radio.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
He sounds cute.
Yeah, he's not cute. Oh my God. I tell you, I mean, you know, I'm a little person, and it's a little bit of a challenge for me because this kid, he outweighs me. I mean, he's bigger than I am, and he thinks just because he's got more size than me, that he can push me around. You know, his dad's 6 feet tall. He doesn't treat his dad like this.
Wow. Well, you know, I mean, you only see him so many times a year, I imagine. I mean,
Thank God. Thank God for that.
But what happened on Thanksgiving? I want to know.
Oh my God! So what happened on Thanksgiving? You won't believe. And after what happened on Thanksgiving, I don't think I'm ever going to come to Florida again.
Really?
I don't think I'm ever going to come here again. I mean, I like the weather. I like to go to the beach. You know, but I don't think. Oh, there he goes again.
It's Santa Claus.
Yeah, no, that's not really Santa Claus. It's just a guy in a what? It's a mall Santa. It's not Santa Claus.
He believes it's Santa Claus. He's a kid.
Santa Claus. Look, it's Santa Claus. Look at the beard.
Look, it's not even a real beard.
Dave.
I mean, you're 8 years old. You think that's a real beard?
What? Oh my God.
Look, Dave, I want to go meet Santa Claus. $20 only. $20 only. We'll go to talk to Santa Claus, but you gotta stop saying only. You know, the first time it was only. Ever since the first time, it's not been only. You know how many onlys it's been, Jimmy? It's been about 10 onlys. It's been about $200 worth of only. And I'm only one man, and I've only got one bank account. $20 only. Gotta talk to Santa.
All right, we're gonna go see Santa. There's no line. So. All right, I'll tell you what happened in a second. We just gotta see this guy in a Santa suit.
Can't believe there's no line. Which mall are you at?
It's just I don't know the ball. I don't know what it's called. I'm here in Sunrise, Florida. It's like Fort Lauderdale or something.
Are you at Sawgrass Mills?
Yeah, something like that. You know what, buddy? You know what? I've had a long day, and I don't need any short jokes from you. Oh, are you sure you don't want to?
Wow.
You know what? Look, you're going to see the kids. You're going to see the kids. You're going to leave me out of it. All right? Well, that'll be $20. $20 only. Here, give me 20. You give it to the pervert and it's like cheap.
Oh my God.
All right, now, you guys gonna take the picture or?
Oh, that's gonna be 20 more.
What do you mean 20 more?
Well, it's 20 to sit on Santa's lap, and it's 20 to take the picture. So it's 40 altogether.
Are you shitting me? Are you giving my 20 back?
What you gonna do about it, D-Man?
Are you kidding me, motherfucker?
You can't talk me out of motherfucker.
God damn it.
Security!
no.
Who the fuck are you? Why are you wearing a superhero suit?
Oh my God, it's Batman! I'm not Batman, kid! You're gonna wish I was Batman when I'm done with this fucking pervert!
Hey, I'm not the pervert. The pervert's the guy pretending he's Santa. Whoa.
What the hell is happening?
I think I should. Oh no! Michael, there he is! Oh my God, he picked up a bee!
Oh my God. What the hell just happened?
I'm a little concerned.
Did they? Okay, maybe
Is he okay?
I don't care if he's okay. Did they punt him like a football?
I mean, I don't know for sure, but that's what it sounded like, okay?
He went flying like...
It sounded like he was airborne. For real.
And those are the same guys. Oh my God. The stuff that we hear on this show.
You know, if you're in the audience right now, comment below, why don't normal people call in? Like, if you're sane and you're still here, why haven't you called in?
Maybe they're worried something like that's going to happen to them.
You know what? Maybe that's it. Maybe at one point all of these people were normal people, but they called our show. Maybe the hotline's cursed. I don't know.
You never know. Anyway, that's about all we've got this week. I know it's a little bit of a shorter show, but thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week. Same time, same place. Hamin Media Group .podbean.com. See you then.
Have a good week, everyone.
Brother, you better get down on your knees and pay 1,000 buckles of the